Hello there, welcome to the continuation of our JavaScript tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be looking at sorting of an array. So the JavaScript function called sort is used in sorting an array. Now there are many reasons why you would want to sort an array. Sometimes you want to rearrange, items in the array alphabetically, and so the sort method is a very helpful method. So for example, the sort method, how do we use the sort method? You just simply call the sort method on an array. For example, fruits here is an array, and so you can call the sort method on the fruit. Now if you notice this example, you see that we have banana, orange, apple, and mango. So if you were to sort these alphabetically, you would want mango to come, apple to come first, next to banana, then mango, then orange, right? So let's try this example. Now this is our original array here. If we click on the try it button, it's gonna call the function, my function, and my function is gonna sort this fruits and put it back inside our demo element here. So click. Good. You can see the result: apple, banana, mango, and orange. Then we have the reverse function. Of course, sometimes you want to reverse. Instead of sorting just in an alphabetic order, you want to reverse the arrangement of the elements, so it sorts from Z to A instead of A to Z, right? So the solution is to first of all sort in an alphabetical order. Then you use the reverse function now to reverse the elements. So look at this. So two things you have to do. First, you have to sort. Then after you've sort, it gives you apple, banana, mango, and orange. Then you reverse using the reverse function. Now the sort method doesn't work well on numbers because the sort method sorts based on strings. Remember, this is a string because this is a collection of characters in double quote. So now, how do you sort numbers? Now, if you are going to sort numbers using the sort method the way it is, then it's gonna consider that 25 is bigger than 100 because originally it considers the first element, which is 2, and 2 is actually bigger than the first element of 100, which is 1. Now to sort by numeric, then you need to introduce a function. So the sort method can take a function which we call the compare function, that helps you to compare two elements together, right? So it sorts and then throw you two elements, and then it can compare those two elements. Then based on the result of the comparison, it knows which element to come before the other. So let's try this. You can see we have so now the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna remove the compare function first. I'm gonna cut out this part, and then I'm gonna run this example so that we see how you can see 25, how it has sorted this from 1, 10, of course 100, then 25. So it's supposed to have a 1, 5, 10, 25, 40, then 100, right? But because it considers only the first element, so it brought all the ones first, then it now brought other numbers. So, but if you have the compare function that says that, okay, between 1 and 10, which one is lower, then it sorts the one that is lower before the one that is larger, then you're going to have a correct sort. Look at this now. So the compare function helps us to correctly sort those values 1, 5, 10, 25, 40, 100. Now, next thing is that you can use the same trick to sort the array in descending order. This time, instead of A minus B, then you have B minus A. So it helps you to what? To sort in descending order. Okay? Now, the compare function. So the purpose of the function is to define an alternative sort order. So if you say A minus B, the end result is either a positive value or a negative value. So if the result is a negative value, then A is sorted before B, and if the result is positive, then B is sorted before A. So because if the result is negative, what that means is that A is actually larger than B, right? And if the result is positive, that means A is actually if the result is positive, A is larger than B. If the result is negative, A is smaller than B. Okay. Sorting an array in random order. Sometimes you just want to sort in a random order. This is very useful. Come to think of situation, for example, online examination or test, where you want to sort questions, right? For every candidate who is gonna sit for such a test, you want the questions to be randomized again. For every candidate, you want the question to be randomized. So you see that this logic here will become very useful in such situation. So you can sort the whole of this array randomly by simply altering your compare function to this by returning 0.5 minus math.random. So let's look at this. So try it. So you can see every time you try it, it gives you a different, random source, right? Yeah, it gives you a different random source. Okay. So because this value is a value that could result to positive or negative in a random order. So since it results to a positive, if it results to a positive, then B will be sorted before A, or A will be sorted before B. But if it results to negative, then either A or B will be sorted before the other. Now, finding the highest and lowest value in an array. Of course, that's simple. If you want to find the highest value in an array, sort the array in descending order and pick the first element. If you want to get the minimum value, sort it in ascending order and pick the first value. So, for example, you can say this at the point, this sort A minus B, this sorts in what? In ascending order, right? So then you pick the first item, which will point to the lowest. Again, If you say B minus A, it sorts in descending order. Again, pick the first one, it's the lowest. Or you could have picked the last element as the highest here as well. So it goes both ways. However, there's another way of finding the largest number in an array using the math.max on an array. Now, the math.max is a global function that belongs to the math library, right? So to do that, you use the math.max.apply to find the highest number in an array. So you simply pass your array to math.max.apply null comma array, and then it finds the highest value. Okay, then you can also find the minimum value of an array using the math.min. So you say math.min.apply null comma array, and then you get the minimum. So let's try these two examples quickly. So the highest is this. So let's see. Say points is this. So points is an array passed to this function, and this is the function, and this is how the array was passed into it. So it takes ARR as an argument, and it was passed here. And then we have math.max.apply, so it's gonna return the largest. So is the minimum value, math.min.apply. Okay, however, you can as well define your own functions, your min math functions. So we're just gonna look at this function briefly, and then we're gonna skip it. So you can have variable length is equal to the array length, while length minus minus, max is equal to infinity. If array of length is greater than max, max is equal to array of length, and then you keep looping like that. So you have a max, an initial max value. So you kept checking the element of the array to see which is the maximum value. Okay, the same thing goes for this. You have an initial minimum value, and so you kept looping through the array, and you kept checking if the array element is less than this minimum value, then this minimum value is equal to that's the array element, which is the new minimum value. Now, how do you sort objects? Of course, array elements could be objects as well. For example, if you look at this is element on index 0, which is equally an object. Element on index 1, an object that contains key value pairs. We have the type to be SAP, and the year to be 2001. So it's very simple. Simply pass in again the compare function. So for example, if you look at this, a car.sort function a comma b. So a is gonna be like the first element in the array, which is an object. So you can say a.year, right? So if you want to sort based on year, then you can say a.year minus b.year, and so it's gonna sort based on year, but in ascending order. So for example, if you say sort, and then you now have SAP 2001, BMW 2010, Volvo 2016, right? So that's how you sort an object. So we're gonna stop here today. See you in our next video.